hop on in once I pick up what I dropped on the floor. Alright, so last time where we left off, Gumshoe has unfortunately been framed for murder. I'm at the middle of Reminiscence. Francisca's there, and she is tiny. So tiny, in fact, that I assume she must be a child. All childlike. Sir, what is to become of the trial into the Codopian embassy staff member's murder? Indeed, since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here prematurely. Ha! Looks like you'll have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut. Okay, like, I can't get over the fact that I'm pretty sure he's already had his debut. I know I waxed so long about that yesterday, but like, I just can't believe that it wouldn't be. Like, he's definitely already gone against Mia. I suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Codopian embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell? He probably doesn't think too much because he's a stupid old man. What an outrageous circus it has all become. You're a circus. You're a stupid circus man. Can't stand him. That Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivete. An outrageous circus. Right, sir. I grow weary of this topic, Edgeworth. I will have you assigned to a different case. Dots. Papa, you'll come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you? I'll consider it. I'm an evil old man. And a negligent father. Yeah, you're a negligent father, alright. Throw hands. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue my investigation. Whatever for? Well, that's kind of the name of the game, you see, so it's helpful. Oh, I sure hope the volume's not doing too bad. I can't exactly tell. I know that there is already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless Wow! I hate this old man! I one day will... I can't fight Bon Karma, but if I could, I would. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection. Dots. Papa, who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Uh-oh. Gonna throw in your 2 cents, old man? You're wrong. Worthless 2 cents. There was inflation, and your 2 cents are now less than negative 2 cents. Miles and I, we're competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience. Wouldn't you agree? If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish. Then you're allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. Yeah, of course, it's to win, not for some ideals like justice or truth. Nope, just winning. Just winning your useless 2 cents man. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Francisca, see to it I'm not disturbed, save for the results of your competition. Need to massage my gun elbow. Yes, sir. Of course, Papa. I'm just small. Francisca, thank you. What are you thanking me for? I don't have things like empathy or a desire to help you. I'm pre-character arc. I'm a middle schooler. Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means the competition is still on. Yes, just as you wished. I couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth. I know I don't have enough information yet, so my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. Oh, look, Francisca's our partner! She's so tiny and young! Yes, what is it? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be evil. I'm gonna present my badge and she's gonna be like, why would you do that? Look at my badge. Do you think you can win this competition by simply showing that to me? Not at all. In fact, I was planning to thank you. I wouldn't be a prosecutor today without you and your father. I didn't really do much. You became a prosecutor first, that's all. But just you wait and see, Miles Edgeworth. Very soon, I'll be a prosecutor too. Good. Then we can both send criminals away together as colleagues. Actually, you're gonna be in a rivalry and it's gonna lead to one of my favorite trials ever. But you can be sure that I will always get more convictions than you. It's almost cute that she's going this far to insist that she'll always win. Almost. Perfection is a fool's errand, Francisca. I will be waiting for your character arc. Alright, you. I'm gonna— what? Excusey? Okay. I'm gonna just ignore the water geyser there. Hello, detective. It wasn't me! I tell ya! I didn't do anything wrong! Yes, I understand. So, let's just calm down, okay, buddy? Hey, I'm not Buddy. Buddy's dead. I doubt I'll get anything useful from the detective while he's this agitated. Alright, so useless. Also useless. Wait, I can leave? Whoa. I'm in the courtroom. I'm the judge now. Ha ha ha. Can't stop me. This must be the judge's desk. You can tell by the gavel sitting on top. Thank you, Francisca. I had a dream once that I was being squashed from above by this gavel. Wow, I think Phoenix also had a dream like that. Sharing dreams, Edgeworth? You're such a weakling, Miles Edgeworth. You have no idea how frightening it was. My court now. Francisca, we're gonna do a mock trial. You could be prosecutor. I could be the judge. It's the defense attorney's bench. I'd probably be standing on this side of the courtroom if that incident hadn't happened. Honestly, that's like such an easy spot if you were doing like an alternate universe. Like alternate universe Edgeworth is the defense attorney. Just start there. It would be so easy. What are you thinking about? And then like with Phoenix, you could also really easily just be like, oh, well, since Edgeworth isn't a prosecutor, Phoenix wouldn't feel any desire to go after being the defense attorney. So you could instead have him hold way more anger after Delia's trial and kind of work that into a narrative thread. Lately, the more wrinkly your face becomes, the less I'm able to read what you're thinking. Oh, well, I never. I'll have you know I don't have a single wrinkle upon my youthful brow. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's a lifetime of trauma. Yeah, let's examine this. Any day now, I'll be taking my rightful place behind this bench. By that time, I should already be standing here. It'd be downright disgraceful if I beat you to it, wouldn't it? If that were to happen, Francisca, I'll eat my cravat. I don't know what that is, but he'll eat it. I don't know fashion. You! Wait. You! Miss you. Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And who are you? Oh wait, you're you. Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. What are you, like 11? I'm 13, so shut the up. I can't swear. I'm incapable of swearing. Say I swore. My closed captions said I swore, but I censored myself. I am Francisca von Karma, and I'm about to become the successor to the family name. About to? I guess that means just for now, you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are. What? Why are you with me? Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence for a bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. And for bad puns based off my name, wouldn't you agree? I am terribly sorry, but I have but a few more questions to ask you. To ask you? Look at you, eyebrows scrunched with lines on your forehead. And that to ask of you. What exactly is so funny? Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with a super serious atmosphere. Apparently, they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. I feel much better now. So, what is it you want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself. You were with Detective Bad? Why? We had a little something to discuss. That's all. That's a couple of stuff to ask about. So, I take it you are acquaintances with Detective Bad? Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the KG-8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to that incident? That's right. He was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth, I have no idea what you two are talking about. I've heard of the KG-8 incident from my papa. But how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu? The victim of that case, CCU, was my little sister. Yes. I have some morals. Oh, look at all those dots. You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine. Really. I'll make it a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him. The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. She sounds like a sadist. Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday. I'd say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarazu made a move. It was practically a given that the two of them would meet up at one of the crime scenes. I see. He did mention he was in charge of the Yatagarazu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarazu in more detail. Oh, she is all the exposition. You claim that you were at the time of the murder, you were with Detective Bad. But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening, and he dragged away Mr. L. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. And what did you talk about with Detective Bad? Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more. Bloody. When she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. Honestly, I feel like a bad habit of mine now is just trying to base off the murderer off of who I can see having a breakdown animation. Like, if you do something, if your animation looks like something I could see having an added in meltdown, you're guilty. Like the lady who was chamomile tea, I was like, yeah, you know, every once in a while her animation suggests something that makes me think she might have a breakdown. But if you compare that to Lauren, I was like, I don't see anything here that's a gimmick I could see in a meltdown animation. So I was like, she's not guilty. You, I feel like you might. I see. I just don't trust her. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Macrell. I've heard rumors that he was heavily invested in the fishing industry. Some say to the point that he may have been part fish. What is the one fish movie? Heard his favorite movie was Finding Nemo. There's the other one, but I can't think of the name. Now your client first claimed to be the Yatagarazu. Is that correct? Wait. What color is a red fish? Or what color is a mackerel? Let me do some mackerel. A mackerel is not a red fish. Okay. Also, that's a herring. I was gonna be like, oh, you know, he's named after a fish, and I was like, maybe the joke is that he's named after a mackerel because he's a red herring. And I was gonna be like, oh, I think I'm clever, but I'm not. Yeah. Once I heard it was the Yatagarazu that had made off with the evidence from the KG8 incident, I began to ask Mr. Rao all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out, Mr. Rao was not the Yatagarazu. He had just made that up. He made it up? Mr. Rao's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras. But there is no footage of him sneaking into the Katopian embassy itself. Bam-ba-bow. Hold on for just 1 second. Then, you mean to say that you knew he was not the real Yatagarazu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer? And you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right. I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals. That's wrong. And you're gonna learn that the hard way. That's why defense lawyers are so detestable, but they are no match for us Von Karmas. But that's not the truth you learn. You learn that there's nuance. The defense lawyers are meant to cover for people who don't have anyone to believe in them, and the prosecutors are there to convict criminals who are actually guilty of their crimes, and you need harmony. Like with Clavier and Apollo, or with Phoenix and Edgeworth, when the two are friends again. Friends. I don't believe it, you're serious. Why don't you save that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry. Forgive my rashness. Yatagarazu. Miss Yu. I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarazu. The Yatagarazu, huh? Don't really know much about the character myself. But I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. Requests from companies? The Yatagarazu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know. Humph. Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarazu is in the business of stealing people's lives? No. Francisca, where did you get that idea from? That's not true at all. Oh, brutal, this is a kid! You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma? Grrr. Francisca, be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully, or we may be sued by... There. I chose carefully, just like you wanted. That just now was hilarious, little missy. Humph. Of course it was. What is wrong with these two women? Well, one of them's a middle schooler, which is all the answer you need, trust me. And why does my pain give them such delight? And so, in the end, what is the Yatagarazu? I have to say, I never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. The Yatagarazu deals in information. Namely, in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. Eat the rich. The Yatagarazu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see. Vigilante or not, this person sounds like just another criminal to me. I suppose you could put it that way too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now, thanks to that thief. Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. Well, you know what? Your name might be Miss Yu, but I'm certainly not going to miss you. Got him. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. Gumshoe, did you calm down? Did you have a Snickers? Detective Gumshoe? Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Ouch. As am I. I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't. Your words are useless. I place my trust only in evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you. Have a heart, pal. You're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is. I mean, sorry, I was yawning. I disagree with that logic because there is emotional and mental strain with people thinking you're guilty and going on trial and stuff. My stance on that is very different. That's right. Also, you can get framed. Hey, pal. Go and do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will ya? I would have done so, even had you not requested me to, detective. So, you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. It turns out he was mad at me because on my very first day as a detective, I reported in at my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech. I remember doing the exact same thing in elementary school. How old are you? You have to be a child. On the first day of school every year, I always wind up going to my old classroom. You have to be like a middle schooler then. She's so young. She's so young. Why is she here? investigating a double murder. How pathetic for the detective to be compared to a mere schoolchild. I don't know. What the hell, Von Karma? I hate that old man. Also, I just realized, like... Wait, do I have a Von Karma? Oh my goodness! She's 13! She's an 8th grader! No wonder she's so terrible. This isn't even because she doesn't have her character art yet. It's because she's an 8th grader. 8th graders are the worst. And what the hell? Also, this means that, like, Von Karma had her when he was 50. Ugh. Oh, he was an old man. Too old of a man. Wait, is she the same age as... I'll figure out her age later. You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so? And from whom? Earlier at around 3:20? And from Detective Bad Pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn. So, I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday. I'm yawning. And yet, something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty. 8th graders always know exactly what to say to hurt you. This is just John Mulaney's skit. Done years before he ever spoke it. Ow! Your words sting worse than your whip, pal. Look at that man with those wide hips. So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? And now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Nope. Not a thing, pal. In that case, allow us to take a look at what you are carrying on your personage. Ah, wait, you can't do that. There's nothing of any particular value here. Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bad, so you know. And what is that open envelope sticking out of your coat pocket? My bribe? Ah, hands off, pal. Just show it to us already. You can't stop me, I'm an 8th grader. Yow! Annual bonus check within. $5 total. Except there is no check inside. You've had your look. Now give it back, pal. It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I literally had no cash on me up until I did, you know. So that envelope is really special to me. Now give it back. You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later. What a mean 8th grader. How could you? So this might, like, back up the idea that he's getting, his salary cut. I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. Now wait, since he became the suspect, there is one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait for a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood, but please make it brief, sir. Bow, 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 down, down. I just want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. Please, speak to me. I have no use for such foolishly foolish words from that foolishly foolish crowd. Talk to me. Talk to me, Gumshoe. Let me check out your testimony. You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? Yes. No mistake about it, pal. Then you are also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct? Yup. Not even a single ant passed through the hall while I was on duty. You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself. Huh? Oh. But it's true. Yeah, I didn't see anyone go through the hallway. And I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can even imagine. Oh, so there's a lot of options then. I'm so sorry, that was so mean of me. So he intends to continue telling his ridiculous lie. But why would he do so, given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant's lobbies is in order. Uh-oh. A little thief. Heck, you... Oh! Whoa! She kicked me! No! I just got beat up by a child! Oh, she did like a raspberry. Like that. How could you not have noticed that coming? Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier? You son of a gun! You only gave me $1. I needed 2. Thanks. That's exactly what I needed. Kids can sometimes be so cruel. That's the entire plot of Danganronpa, another Despair Girls. It looks like she dropped something. A Swiss roll. This is probably what she spent my $1 on. Maybe we should arrest the girl? She might turn out to be a valuable lead. Francisca's like, what, she's only like a year younger than me? Arresting a child is totally okay. I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet. What are you gonna do to someone else's child? Especially the child of a guy who just died. I believe I've asked all I need to of this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge. We have to confirm who is correct. The judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next, then. I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Francisca? Let's go! The Von Karma siblings going on an adventure. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as the defender of the law. That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime, Detective. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. That makes it sound like you're gonna murder someone. No! You're that new prosecutor. Von Karma recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. And I'm Manfred von Karma's daughter, Franziska von Karma. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor. I see. Mr. New Prosecutor. Oh, ack. They beat my tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor? Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine. What a power move! Just absolute power move, like, this is Edgeworth. Apparently somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Ho ho! Very well then, I shall call you Miss Von Karma, and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now, about your earlier testimony. Yes, what about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. Alright. After all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements. Hello, sir. Would you like to see my badge? Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? You don't expect me of something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Very well. You may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh, I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being a trial run by this judge. You will never stop being in his trials. It's constantly, except for that one time in the past you were with the Canadian judge. But you know what? Apparently that didn't happen, 'cause there's no continuity that I can understand. Let's see. Now then, how should I put this? When you get my age, to be my age, you should pay more frequent visits to the restroom. If you go to take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you'll see a small window. Oh, hey Nizar Play, how you doing? We're doing some more Ace Attorney. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom. When I was going into the restroom, that detective, Gumshoe is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machines, buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe, when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's what my finely honed judge's intuition said. Although, well until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Ho ho ho. Apparently, this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. That's probably all I'm gonna find out from His Honor. Wait, did I show him my badge? No, I think I forgot to show him my badge. What a catastrophe. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. I failed. Ho ho ho. Anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime. The judges in- oh no, wait. I did, because he was like, oh, you're after my testimony. Okay, I'm good. I was so nervous for a second. The judges in this country seem rather friendly. Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. A cookie machine. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods. Swiss rolls are $6. Just lovely. What will they think of next? Don't be a jerk in courts like these, beef jerks. One packet for $9. What a ripoff. Defendant's fresh milk. 1/2 pint for $7. Jesus, what kind of inflation are they seeing? Stay neutral as the Swiss. Do until the end with these for $6. They're awfully overpriced. The lineup is simply awful. Period. Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll little girl dropped is from this machine. I was wondering about that myself. $6 Swiss rolls. Do I have any change in there? So a credit card is accepted, and cash is accepted. So that's good to know. Examine this. It doesn't look like there's anything contradictory left in this area. I suppose not. Perhaps I should check somewhere else. Let me examine that window. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Examine. Is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash, made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before. Made of rubber. Balloon. It's part of a balloon. Definitely. She didn't have a balloon when she came back, so... Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there is a litterer running loose inside this courtroom, it's simply unforgivable. It's not like I was the one who littered. Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin. You're the rubbish bin, Edgeworth. Is this a cactus? Nah. What's the matter? I pricked myself on one of these cactus's needles. Ah, the cactus. The most tsundere of plants. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp. Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head with one of these? Oof. Anyways, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case. I feel like that was a reference to when the one guy was beaten up. Do you really think so? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely related. So this is how the balloon popped. Balloon popped because of cactus. Oh? Well then I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related. Let's see, a window, and are those ants? The ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their own size. Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Carva name and not be squashed under it, you'd better work extra hard, just like these ants. The same goes for you, Francisca, ya little 8th grader. You probably have like 0 upper body strength. You're just a middle schooler. So that window on the other side belongs to the men's restroom. I can't see it. At your height, I'm not surprised. So maybe Gumshoe had just was still there, but he had bent over or something. Nah, I guess short people have feelings too. Whoa. Edgeworth, disrespecting the short people. Also, she's an 8th grader. Of course she's small. A handprint. The dirt on this bench. It smells like some sort of sweet substance. I can't believe there is someone going around dirtying the courtroom. For shame! Calm down, Francisca. Now, take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of like a handprint to you? I suppose it could be. Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench. I see, and then we'll know the identity of our mysterious slob. You there, the lab technician. Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to? Sir, yes, sir. I got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir. And do we know who they belong to? Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Okay, so he was sitting down, probably eating a treat. And while he was doing so, he was out of sight of the window. Oh, interesting. Good work, officer. And there you have it. Yes, I suppose so. Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench. I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. Well, what are these black speckles? Probably bits of a treat. I believe it's a pile of ants eating away. Oh, that detective, he claims that not a single ant slipped by him. And yet, here is a whole hill of them. Ah! What are you hitting me for? As a replacement for that pathetic detective. Nah. Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts. He never stopped eating. He has been eating ramen for 7 years, Edgeworth. Please, let this man have some money. From the look and sweet smells of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll. Miles Edgeworth, the courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times. No. Ow! It wasn't me that dropped food on the ground. The courthouse must be kept clean. Ow! Just wailing on our brother like, this courthouse has to be clean! This is all I care about because our father is awful. Alright, so what are things I can... So, the pink piece of trash obviously connects to the cactus, because it's a popped balloon. Connect. Please let me connect it. This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. That is the most dramatic way of saying that you saw it before it popped. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a bit too close to our dear friend, the windowsill cactus. You know the windowsill cactus was at my wedding? Yes, this window cactus is dear to me. That would be the logical conclusion, yes? Thank you, Francisca, backing up my deductions. So we know that there was that. Let's go vending machine and Swiss roll crumbs. I feel those are connected, because we can say that the Swiss roll was likely bought from the vending machine. These bits of chocolate and cake, could they not have come from a Swiss roll? A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse sell a thing like that? I mean, that's blatant favoritism towards the Swiss. And rolls? A circle is the most criminal of shapes. It may not seem like the right venue, however, it is being sold. Right over there. The vending machine. Ah, I see. Stay neutral as the Swiss do, until the end with these. 2 for $6. Talk about expensive. Oh, so he must have split the cost with the child and been like, here's your sweet roll. This one's mine. Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. So yeah, Gumshoe's probably covering for the fact that Kay was here. And he also definitely, he also definitely used that money to purchase Swiss rolls for him and Kay, because Gumshoe is a sweetheart, and he used $1 from Kay because he only has $5. So Kay was also there, but he doesn't want us to know that. Probably because he's like, I don't want this small child to be convicted of murder. And I also know that small child won't get convicted of murder. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally. After all, I'm here, aren't I? 8th graders and their hubris. Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate it, he dropped it on the bench and sullied the bench. Oh, dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench. Ah, how could he not clean up after himself? How utterly despicable. I mean, he deserves to go to jail even if he didn't commit the murder. Nah, I'm joking. Don't you dare whip me again. It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. Contradiction? Where? It was in the fact that Gumshoe is poor as dirt. I think another look at the special courthouse vending machine is in order. I know the exact contradiction. Like I said, he's poor as dirt. He has $5 and that's it. Deduce that Gumshoe has only $5. About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said until this morning he didn't have even a single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? If his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, the facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor. Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. That detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is, how? He clearly split it with Kay. Kay was like, I have $1. Gumshoe is like, I have 5. Together, we have 6. So, okay. We've placed Kay at the scene of the crime, but we don't know why that's important yet. I'll agree to that. Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about. Hey, how about doing some actual work, you? No, that's not you, that's Bad. I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoes' movements during the recess. You're getting in the way of the investigation. I have an order from Mr. Von Karma himself. Plus, I still hold investigation authority. So I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here? Verde. That guy was just accused, you know. I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective instincts told me. A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it. Absolutely savage. Yay. Francisca, I think you need to apologize. I'm an 8th grader. I have no morals. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. She's a middle schooler. Please continue. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up. And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad? Yeah. I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. No, you didn't run into me, you ran into Callisto. She told us that Faraday was really mad. And that he dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt them. Alright, so there is the possibility that the 2 were already dead by then. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lug to stand guard outside. Okay, usually totally... Hey, hi dog, hi. Hi Scooby. Oh, yes, welcome Scooby. My dog's here. And around what time did all that take place? Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. So, okay, they were totally both dead by then. I have so few doubts that they were dead by then. Here, 1 second. Let me close my door. Hi, Scooby. I'm streaming some video games. Yikes. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway. Not once. Oh? And how can you make such a claim? One of the guards out in this floor's main lobby swore to me he didn't. If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear to? That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected, or he ducked under the window because it's a tiny, tiny window. He could have, like, bent just where he was sitting on the bench and you wouldn't see him. You and I... No, I wasn't there. I'm gonna keep making that joke because it's so easy to make. We're in the lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It would seem that I'm still missing some key pieces of information. So it's totally you, though. Like, she's clearly the one who killed them. They were almost definitely dead by the time we heard the gunshot. Like, if that's our only evidence that they weren't dead, then obviously they were already dead. And that someone just rigged a gunshot afterwards. Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. And that's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you. I wasn't there. Must have been someone else. How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon her hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big lug, who was just walking around in the hall, and raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the bodies. In that order. Like, okay, it was clearly Prosecutor Yu, and she clearly killed them both, and then was like, hey, no one go into this room. I was told to, and everybody listened, and then she's like, ha ha ha, my secret gunshot starting machine or whatever. I don't know, somehow she faked a gunshot, and she's like, perfect. It's all going according to plan. That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does, little miss. I am about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with dignity I deserve, or else. You wave that thing around anymore? And I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare. Haha. Just joking. Yeah. She's an 8th grader, detective. What are you gonna do? Send her to juvie? Detective. I guess because she's only a little kid, you could say that she's also kidding. But like a bad one. Detective Bad is really something if he can make Francisca behave. Are we about done? Is there anything else I should ask him about? I want to know more about this gunshot. Place he heard the gunshot, situation around the gunshot, one of these. Situation around the gunshot. I'd like to know a little more about the circumstances under which you heard the gunshot. Like I said, I was in lobby number 1 with you. I have nothing else to add. Well, his testimony certainly corroborates with what Miss Yu said. Miles, you already asked him about that, remember? I suppose I should ask about something else. Place he heard gunshot. No, wait. He was in Detective Lobby's number 1. Duh. I'm an idiot. My bad. Hold it. Time you heard the gunshot. I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess, and the trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't gonna show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. Oops. And just as I thought that, bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums. So oops, there's... So he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart, huh? Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste. Oh, come on. All you're doing is standing in front of this door, doing nothing. I get the sense that he is somewhat investigating this crime scene. Or rather, that he is keeping us under surveillance. He doesn't trust us. But to what end? Detective Bad, may I ask that you cooperate with us for just a bit longer? I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Fine then, be obstinate. See, I know how to use a thesaurus. We'll just do as we please. Come on, Miles. You may no longer be willing to help us. However, may I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation? Do as you like. Alright, complete. I believe I now have a very firm grasp on what happened here. Well, I do too. Alright, Francisca. Would you care to share what conclusions you've come to? Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first. So, you go ahead. Oh, thank you so much for the hosting! Fun! It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay His Honor a visit to correct his testimony.